Christmas, a celebration wrapped in warmth, a spectacle of joy and harmony, right? The lights shine brighter, the 5 songs start looping again, and for one fleeting moment, we tell ourselves that it's happy times. But what is Christmas, really? Why the overwhelming unease?
Eerie Aquarium has warned you. Subliminal haunting is our game.
A carefully crafted dream sold to us in glossy advertisements, in endless jingles, in the soft glow of 1,000 lights. It's a promise of connection, of fulfillment, of something we all seem to be searching for but never quite find. And beneath it all, something stirs. Shadows we've ignored for too long, the reality of this merry season. Tonight, let's vacuum the glitter. Let's look at 9 darker truths that this season, in all its cheer, struggles to conceal. 9 truths, each darker than the last. Not myths, not folklore, though they echo with both. The promise of cheer. So, the season of joy is upon us. Hope you've got your gifts lined up properly, wrapped with ribbons tied and adjusted. After all, you wouldn't want to be the one handing out gift cards, would you? Not at Christmas. Christmas isn't just a holiday, it's a performance, a stage lit by twinkling lights and drowning in tinsel. And we all play our part, smiling, laughing, pretending that everything is perfect. Because anything less might ruin the illusion. But behind the stage, behind the lights, there's something else. The cheer is just a promise. One destined to fail, unfortunately. But hey, those are valuable days off work, and God forbids we spend them on valuable reflection and regeneration. Of course not. More stress it is. That's how we were told to roll. The industry of giving. Nothing says, I care, like a carefully selected, overpriced trinket, right? But who are we really giving to? Each purchase feeds a machine, an industry engineered to mine our guilt and insecurities. And you know the expectations. The bigger the box, the bigger the love. The shinier the wrapping, the deeper the care. But open it up, and it's just another thing. Another object in a world drowning in objects. Rooms filled with things, and simple minds congested with wants. Meanwhile, the industries churn on, devouring forests, labor, and sanity. But will she be getting the new iPhone this year? That's the real question. Together, yet alone. The family table. A scene of togetherness, they say. But look closely. Look at the cousins staring at their phone, the sibling who only half smiles, the parents stealing glances at the clock, and the new guy no one knows what got him into this hellhole. Isn't this fun? Sublime indeed. Every laugh is measured, every toast a performance, and the unsaid lingers like an eerie aquarium. Isn't it wonderful to feel so close, yet so crushingly alone? We tell ourselves that these gatherings are about connection, but how much of that connection is hatred control? Christmas amplifies everything: the good, the bad, the painfully awkward. And for those who have no one to sit with, it amplifies something else entirely. It's at Christmas where escalations happen. So gift responsibly. The Inescapable Songs. Eerie jingles dominate the soundscapes. Mariah Carey reclaims royalties. And John Lennon is rebranded as a one-hit wonder, reminding us of the due despair. Yet it's still merryish for some reason. With those same notes, those same refrains, looping endlessly like a spell. Smile, be merry, forget the exhaustion, the finances, the ache in your chest. Leave those worries for when you get back to work. Just shovel to the front and keep going. Don't try to analyze or to make sense of it. Just listen and enjoy. And here's the eerie part. We hum along. We all do. As if the notes have infiltrated something deeper, something primal. They're not just songs. They're programming. They crawl into your brain and overwrite the scripts. Smile, spend, pretend. And for a month, you do. The glare of the lights. Hope you've strung your lights just right. Every bulb is a necessary marketing expense. Not too few, they'd call you cheap. Not too many, you'd look desperate. Just enough to announce that you're part of the show. That you bought into this cult. But what are these lights for? Their glow is warm, inviting. But step beyond their reach and it gets clearer. They simply drown out the night sky, the stars, the void that whispers truths we'd rather not hear. And yet the darkness waits, giving us less and less time for any needed retrospect. The commodification of magic. Do you still believe in Santa? Of course not. But some of us still want the kids to believe, to feel that fleeting magic, that moment of awe. But let's just remind ourselves, Santa isn't a magical concept. He became the symbol of consumerism and marketing. A carefully crafted brand designed to turn aspirations into dollars. The magic isn't well crafted. It's a cheap product. And we've been buying it for generations. The wrapping of truths. And so we wrap things. Gifts, yes, but also truths. We wrap our lives in layers, presenting only what we want others to fancy, especially for Christmas. The wrapping is always beautiful, elaborate. Must be. For ourselves and for our gifts. We're all merchandisable, right? But what's inside? An indebted, struggling parent? A useless toy? An empty promise? We try and pretend that it's for the excitement, the discovery. Good for us. Our coping mechanisms are becoming really sophisticated. What a beautiful time to be alive. But hey, as long as it sparkles, who cares what's inside? It's the thought that counts. Isn't it? The thought that a new sacrifice is eventually heading to an ocean near you. A thoughtful yet concrete gesture. In your name. The surveillance of Santa. He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Who came up with this? A surveillance state for children? He's the first lesson we teach children in surveillance culture. Be good because someone is always watching. And yet, we laugh it off. It's just a story, we say. But is it? Santa is the first indoctrination into obedience and complying to the standard good because someone is always watching and able. Someone with a list. It's not just eerie. It's dystopian. I can't even put a warm spin on this one. And then he allows himself into the home. I'm sorry, but this is deranged and creepy as fuck. The Shadow of Krampus. And our holy day tradition wouldn't be complete without some explicit terror. Where there's light, there's shadow. More specifically, a horned demon trailing behind the jolly figure of Saint Nicholas as he spreads goodwill and candy. You know him as Krampus, with the dragging chains and wielding birch rods. He doesn't bring gifts, he takes. The naughty are thrown into his sack, never to be seen again. And isn't that what Christmas is, in its own way? A judgment, a ledger of who's been good and who's been bad. Except Krampus doesn't forgive. He waits, biding his time, in the corners of dark rooms and the empty streets of silent nights. After all, Christmas isn't just a season of joy.